Hello, Capricorn. This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down, and let you know how to navigate. So this video is intended for all Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If you'd like to check out your other astrological placements, please check out my other videos. Okay, let's take an overall theme and message for this week. And we have here Sisters of the Seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. Well, interesting, cycles reminds me of moon cycles, and we just had a full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo. I'm really curious to know in the comments how you're feeling after that eclipse. It brought so many disruptions to sleep, anxiety, emotions coming to the surface, things you probably never thought you'd talk about or feel in a long time. So this is an energy that is going to stay with us because we do have another eclipse coming in a couple weeks. That will be a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, but we'll discuss that in another video. Keep in mind also that the day after that full moon lunar eclipse was the start of Mercury Retrograde. So that will also be with us for the next while, in addition to the Venus retrograde that we're already experiencing. So, we've been in the process of reevaluating our finances, our relationships, our self-worth. And now with Mercury retrograde, you might have technological glitches, some breakdowns, miscommunications, or even people popping up from the past. So be prepared for a lot of things to be processed in the next while. Now, let's take a look at what else we need to know, Capricorn. And we have the Horse King, assistance. There is also an element of control here. And I know that you're very regimented. You're the type of sign that always is, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. I always talk about this, every number, every angle, every stat of everything. But trying to control something is not going to help you right now. And with that, we have here the Hungry Ghosts. I've seen this card in so many of the readings. This is Capricorn energy because of the obsessions. It's kind of double energy where addictions, codependency can creep up, but it can also, in my mind, be about somebody who's ghosted. Have you been ghosted? Somebody may try to pop back up, but you got to be careful that you're not chasing or trying to control the outcome once they do come back in. Like, it's not an automatic that you lean in, right? I want you to lean back. Now, this says the wise woman of Wonderland, integrity, compromise, stay true to yourself. I've also seen that card quite a bit this week. Okay, let's get into it. Let's take a look at what energies or events, maybe even challenges for the week. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Well, this is very positive. This means growth, expansion, and good luck. Things are shifting, they're changing. And as I always say, don't fight the shift. There's the Fool card that does tell you trust and take a leap of faith. So I do like this for you. This is about new beginnings, letting go of things that no longer serve you, and leaving your comfort zone. Maybe whoever this person is or situation is that could be popping back up, or that you've been sort of dealing with control issues, it's time to leave the comfort zone and do something different, right? If something's not working, you've got to try a different method. And here you have Queen of Coins. Well, no surprise, finances, stability. You're striving for more balance in your life. And so let's take a look at what's unfolding for you. Let's see what's unfolding this week. The High Priestess, and I love that. The High Priestess divulges information as you go. She doesn't give everything all at once. This is like cycles of growth, right? Divine order. So no surprise that this card came out. You might be getting little nuggets of information, or I've been calling this Operation Easter egg, where you're going to find things as you go. As you search for new information, things will be given to you. And so you're going to be learning a lot more in the next week about where you're at. You may not know all of it today, but you'll know more day by day. And with that, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups says you're going to have to grieve something and let go. I mean, the fact that we have the Control card up here, indicates that you're going to have to let go of control. And you got to be careful if you're crying over spilled milk, so time to let go of some old energies. They're not serving you anymore. And here we have the Six of Pentacles. You want equal giving and receiving. And that's why leaving the comfort zone is so important, because if that so-called comfort zone was balanced, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But if things are not balanced and you need to do different, then you've got to go towards something that's going to bring a return on your investment. Now let's take a look at what else you need to know. And we have here the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is about burdens, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally exhausted. If you've been carrying burdens for a while and it doesn't feel good, I mean, I can't imagine burdens actually feeling good, but if you're tired of it, you don't want to do this anymore, then you have to let things go. I know that's easier said than done, but it is important. So let's take a look at some shifts or lessons you may be experiencing throughout the week. And we have here Judgment. Yeah, a wake-up call, like an announcement. There could be some news coming in of something that indicates, okay, I got to do this, I got to change. And with that, we have here the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from things that no longer serve you. So like I said, you're going to go through a process where you're like, okay, I need to start new. And by the way, you're not starting at zero. You're not starting with, nothing. You have knowledge you didn't have before. But this is basically saying, okay, I'm going to embark on a new beginning, but I am going to have to grieve the old. And then I'm going to actually have to walk away from it. A lot of the times we grieve things before we actually leave them. And with that, we have here the Ten of Cups. This is about your happiness. Balance, leaving the comfort zone and having balance in your life is going to bring you your ultimate wish fulfillment. I always say it's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow it. Now, another thing to note here is that we have 1010. 1010 can be an angel number that you're seeing. The Wheel of Fortune is also a 10. Okay, let's see what else. And I mean, Judgment is 20, 10, 10, XX. So tens might be significant. And I mean, tens are 1 plus 0 is a 1. The end is the beginning is the end, right? So Page of Cups is about believing in miracles, being open emotionally, riding the wave. Again, letting go of control. It's super important to you. So let's take a look at what's heading your way. Now, I love this deck because it gives us the beyond energies, right? These give you the current tarot energies. The after tarot here gives us a sneak peek. What's heading your way? And here we have the Chariot. And I love this. This is moving forward. This is victory. Hand on the heart. I talked about this in another video actually, where it's very powerful to put your hand on your heart, and take a deep breath. So if that's something you need to do right now, maybe take a moment, put your hand on your heart, and just take a deep breath. Now, with that, we also have here the Hangman. Hangman can be about feeling in limbo, and maybe that's something you've been feeling for the last little while. But this card in the after energies indicates that you're getting some nourishment, some hydration. Maybe this is like a sign of drinking more water, but essentially it means getting the clarity that you need to actually move yourself forward towards that victory. And with this, we have here the Two of Wands. Interesting, right under the previous Two of Wands, leaving the comfort zone. Now look at them together. I mean, this could be romantically where, something has come either full circle to a better point, or this is someone new where you have the whole world in your hands and you're going towards that victory. Now, with that, we also have here the Knight of Cups. See, nourishing, drinking from the cup. I feel like this is about, drinking from the cup of love, opening your heart. But again, it could be a sign to say, drink some more water. You might be feeling a bit dehydrated. Okay. So let's take a Power of Surrender card and see what you need to surrender or surrender to this week. And we have here, surrender your desire to control people. There you go. Repeating message. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Wow. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing week.